Welcome. Sorry, just bear with me one moment. Just about ready. Welcome, everyone. And let's have a look at these markets and plot the week ahead. You're looking at 20-year US notes, bonds. There is the biggest short ever recorded on these bonds. Bear with me 1 second. That's better. So, if what's going to happen if these bonds really continue to drop, and they are clearly falling out of the sky here, so we're on support, but if they break further, continue down, that could actually spell trouble. If we lose our footing on these shorts, on these bonds, that could unsettle the markets. So, a healthy market, you can see we've had a good year on the markets, and these bonds have crept up, and now they are falling out significantly. If we look at the dollar, dollar's had this push up. If we continue to really squirt higher, then that again, that's confirmation that the markets are wobbly. In the meantime, if we look at the Nasdaq, these are daily charts. We're still range bound, but holding on. This week is quite busy. We've got earnings kicking off on Friday with Wells Fargo in the US, Fed minutes on Wednesday, US inflation on Thursday. That's going to be crucial. I think the markets could be sideways until we get inflation out this week. And then on Friday, it's UK GDP. So US markets holding up at the moment. This Nasdaq has got to get through 20,000. If we lose, we need to, so in the next 1 or 2 days, if we find ourselves underneath here, underneath this 20,000 level, then hold on, because this could be falling out of the sky if we lose our footing on here. In the meantime, if you look at the Chinese index, that is still charging up. What an incredible chart. So we moved sideways a lot of this year. The highs are sold into small time, small scale, and then wham, got a higher close on 23rd September, and then we just keep going. So we've broken all these extension levels, and there is no sign of that slowing up. So let's have a look at the UK. So on the face of that, you would have thought the Nasdaq could, oh, excuse me, Nasdaq could continue, could follow. Why not? Let's have a look at the FTSE. So, like I said, UK GDP on Friday. I talked about selling this because we had a big drop, well, a fairly big drop on 30 September, and then we're just sideways. So we're trapped in a very tight range on the FTSE. But all the time we were holding up, you're above the 50-day average. So any market that can sustain the 50-day average uh, is to be bought. So if we break this 83.30, we should go back to 85. Any close underneath 82.50, 82, and then this is in trouble. So it bodes well. Let's have, at this stage, that is, let's have a look at uh, oil and gold, and then move on. Oil, is just reaching for the sky here at the moment. So we had a series of lower highs. There we are testing the 50-day average on the 12th of August, dropped all the way down to 65. And here we are just under 77. So if that holds, 75 is now buyable to see if we can get to 78, 80. Look at oil stocks, obviously gold. To me, this is a bullish consolidation on the 20-day average is just under here. So these lows are all buyable. If we see a 2630 or 26,100, I think that's buyable to see if we can break through 2700 and possibly go and see 3000, possibly, if that keeps going. So gold is doing well. Let's stay on commodities for a bit. Wheat. So we've hit 625. This pullback's got bought, closed above 6. We should go to 650 next if that holds on the wheat. Sugar, I'm out. And you can see we're struggling. So I got out of this resistance. That was the drop zone from the 30th November. We're just coming in contact with the moving averages, but I think this might peel right back. I'm not touching it here now anyway. Right, stocks. Prue. Ever since that 610, we're now 720, so that's doing well. Let's get my list. There we go. So Prudential is viable on a pullback to 690, 700, £7. Flipping across to Vodafone. This is holding up. The inquiry into their merger with Three, I think it's coming up very soon. So this looks viable to me. As long as that holds, as long as we don't close underneath this 73, that looks higher. Volumes are increasing. Andy, do you know when that merger decision comes out? I think it's imminent. BT, staying on telecoms. So this little pullback to 140 has got bought. If we break 150, we will see 160 quite soon. So all pullbacks at the moment are viable on this ever since we broke out for in May. So Vodafone and BT both look good on pullbacks at this stage. Switching to oil stocks, BP continues higher on the back of this strong oil. We've broken through this resistance. Any pullbacks to £4 is a buy. Shell's ahead of BP. That's a big, deep move down here on 26th September. That's just flipped around. Any pullback to 25.80 or ideally 25.50 is buyable. All we've done at the moment is closed in on those averages, so I would expect some profit taking there. So that just be patient for that one. And let's look at tallow, small oil stock. So ever since that buy signal down there at 22, that's in 20 at 26. It's hit resistance, so only move back to 25 with a stop underneath 22 if you want to get involved in that one. Pull back from that, and we could go back to 40. The main issue is around the 40 mark on this one. That's possible. That's not certainly not a given. Let's look at this one, MSTR. Wow. So we had a buy signal down here on 9th of September, and that is very close to 24 highs now, looking like that sweet move down to at 103 blasted down there on the 5th of August, and that's just sitting up. That was a gap fill, actually. We gapped up on the 2nd of May, and that was a gap fill on that pullback on the 5th of August. You asked me to look at Osbo last week. That's sitting on support. It's not one I like, but if you're interested, this is the time to get in, I think. But get your stop underneath 370. Direct line was last week's hot tip. That's pulling back. That's all right. We're sitting on the averages. So if we can hold 180, I think we can go to £2 or more. Get out if we stay under 180. IQE is a buy at 18 if you see it. This is really building here. So be patient. See if that dips to 18 this week and get a stop under 16. Get out if that does not work. Let's have a look at Capita. Update on our Capita stock. Again, 15 was bought. We're back up at 20. That looks higher. Volumes are building again. Could go and see 22 plus. And what else have we got? Somebody's asking me about Burberry. That is holding up here. Volume's increasing, not for me, but 650, 660 looks viable, but get a stop underneath 630. Get out if that does not work. Don't hang around. POLR, I can't remember what's POLR. That's building. It's a good close today. That looks as if that could pick up. What else have I got? What are you looking at? Let me know what you're looking at. Now, here's my big watch for this week. AMS, medical devices. It's obviously I am not buying at this stage. What I would love to see is 188. So if we turn around here and start closing above 205, I'll get in higher. This is just a watch for me now. Not buying until I get more evidence that that can do something. Right, this has all been recorded, so I will send you the link because I've charged through quite a lot already. Not hanging around tonight, just getting on with it. And what else am I going to show you? Look at something like AMD. So switching to US stocks. AMD is very, very significant increase in volume here. So AMD could, if we break out of this funnel pattern, who knows, we could get back to 24 highs if we see some follow through. At the moment, this is just a lower high. So this has got to close above 18 to warrant getting in on that, to warrant that to giving it a higher target. We looked at direct line, didn't we? Anything else you want me to look at? BRCK. Nope, that's horrible. What else have I got here? I'm just going to go. I know. I want to look at this one. I'm talking about this one off and on for quite a while. Pfizer. Very significant push higher today. So if you see 2880, that is a buy in my book. Wait and see where we close. Obviously, the US markets have got 2 3/4 hours yet today. Right, I've gone through everything I intended to watch and look at. Let me just do a little bit more research. Miners, Africans at 34 and a half. Griffin. Oh, okay, Griffin's giving a lot back here. That's very bearish. Break, making a new high and closing underneath. That's very bearish on Griffin. So that looks as if we next stop I would have thought is 144. Right. Right, you're very quiet tonight. You're not getting me to look at anything. So I'll just have a quick. Oh, here we go. Sentiment. Yeah, this is so sentiment had this huge spike up on the. That's a takeover, isn't it? Um, it looks to me as if we can come and see 139. If we come and see, oh, you got all the supports down there at 132. Banks and house builders, okay. Yeah, once charts like this are very, very tricky to negotiate. Who knows? That could all come all the way back to 120 at this rate. You can see I've got a massive support there at 130. I would, if you're not in it, I would stay out of it. If you're in it, personally, I would take profit at 160. If you're looking to get back in, you're going to need to be very patient. See if we can see 130, 132. Banks. So we looked at Peru. Let's look at legal general. Very flat, sideways. Barclays. Nice push. Nice, very nice push. This very bullish consolidation pattern. These dips are where the market is trying to get the further engagement, shaking out weak hands. Any pullback to 225 looks if you can cover to 237 plus at this stage. Lloyd's uh, doing well. Pullback is 58. Stop on the 56. NatWest, right. Where's my NatWest? Okay, it's going to punch it in. Yeah, very similar to Barclays. Very handsome volume last couple of days. Any pullbacks to 345. It looks as if £4 is on the card. Lower resistance 373, but if we crack that, so decent sweep down here to 168 in October, 12 months ago. And ever since the pullbacks are getting bought. So yeah, like I said, 345 is the next pullback. So what else have I got? Hargreaves, AJ Bell. Ooh, that looks lower. That's not happy at all. Uh, right, last call for MGNS. Last call for stocks. MGNS. What's that? Don't recognize that ticker. MGNS. I've just remembered the one I want to show you. Uh, Morgan Single. That's leaping away. Um, recently pulled back to 29.95. It's running. I don't like buying high, so if it ever pulls back to 30, that will be a potential entry. But at this stage, it's pushing higher on volumes increasing. So it's buy high. If you want in on this, you're gonna have to buy high. Otherwise, sit very tight and see if that pulls back. What do you think of GNS? What are you looking at? Are you in it? Are you looking to buy? Oh, you said house builders. Let's look at house builders. Oh, house builders. Right. Right. Taylor Woodrow looks lower to me at this stage. I would have thought 157, 155, 157, unless we turn around soon. Persimmon. Ooh, they're not happy. They are not happy. They've had a run and they are pulling back. Persimmon looks like it might want to see 15, 60, 70 area. PLP, I can't. That's sideways. Holding up, holding up the averages. So these could be pullback areas. 470 could be a pullback area as it heads to 517. But be patient because that was not a good close today. Galliards, that's run, that's left the station. Barrett's, ooh, they're giving profits up. Barrett's looks particularly sick. That's really broken down here at the moment. So Barrett's looks like it could come a 455. If it holds 455, you may stand a chance of higher. Okay. What else have you got? You're really looking to sell, right? Well, it looks as if this could be the timing. Okay. EasyJet. Okay. This will be my last. I would expect this to drop. Yeah, these airlines normally very sensitive to oil. Of course, they hedge, but when their hedge runs out and the oil price catches up, uh, made a lower high here in September. Volume suggests that there doesn't appear to be any support in this until you get to 450. At the moment, that looks if we close on the 477, that's coming down to 450 and maybe even lower. If it turns around above £5 in the next day or two, buy. To me, that's short. That's shorter. In fact, a short would be £5 with a stop at just above 520. And at the moment, I think that's potentially coming down to £424 at the moment. Lower high, increase on volume on the downside. Fundamentals with oil cranking up doesn't look shortable to me at this stage. Brilliant. Thanks for your company, guys. I will. Yeah, AMS is my big watch. Let's see if that does anything. Have